Alright, so I promised everyone I would read a medical article for 300 subscribers. Yay me, congrats, but I've decided to go for a more interesting one. I'm going to read the entire article on psychosis. Anyways, I better start reading. Understanding psychosis. What is psychosis? Psychosis refers to a collection of symptoms that affect the mind where there has been some loss of contact with reality. During an episode of psychosis, a person's thoughts and perceptions are disrupted, and they may have difficulty recognizing what is real and what is not. Who develops psychosis? It is difficult to know the number of people who experience psychosis. Studies estimate that between 15 and 100 people out of 100,000 develop psychosis each year. Psychosis often begins in young adulthood when a person is in their late teens and mid-20s. However, people can experience a psychotic episode at younger and older ages as a part of many disorders and illnesses. For instance, older adults with neurological disorders may be at higher risk for psychosis. What are the signs and symptoms of psychosis? People with psychosis typically experience delusions, false beliefs, for example, that people on television are sending them special messages or that others are trying to hurt them. Hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that others do not, such as hearing voices telling them to do something and criticizing them. Other symptoms can include incoherent or nonsense speech and behavior that is inappropriate for the situation. However, a person will often show changes in their behavior before psychosis develops. Behavioral warning signs for psychosis include suspiciousness, paranoid ideas, or uneasiness with others, trouble thinking clearly and logically, withdrawing socially and spending a lot more time alone, unusual or overly intense ideas, strange feelings, or lack of feelings. Decline in self-care or personal hygiene, disruption of sleep, including difficulty falling asleep, reduced sleep time, difficulty telling reality from fantasy, confused speech or trouble communicating, and a sudden drop in grades or job performance. Alongside these symptoms, a person with psychosis may also experience more general changes in behavior that include emotional disruption, anxiety, lack of motivation, and difficulty functioning overall. In some cases, a person experiencing a psychotic episode may behave in confusing or in unpredictable ways and may cause harm themselves or become threatening or violent toward others. The risk of violence I'm not saying that, decreases with treatment for psychosis. So it is important to seek help. If you find that you are experiencing these changes in your behavior or notice them in a friend or family member and they begin to intensify and do not go away, please reach out to a healthcare provider. And then they just had the lifeline because, psychosis is not a good thing. What causes psychosis? There is no one cause of psychosis. Psychosis appears to result from a complex combination of genetic risk, differences in brain development, and exposure to stressors or trauma. Psychosis may be a symptom of a mental illness, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or severe depression. However, a person can experience psychosis and never be diagnosed with schizophrenia or any other disorder. For older adults, psychosis symptoms can be a part of physical or mental illness that emerges later in life. Psychosis can also be a symptom of some diseases of older age, including Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and related dementias. Other possible causes of psychosis include sleep deprivation, certain prescription medications, and the misuse of alcohol or drugs. And mental illness, such as schizophrenia, is typically diagnosed by excluding these other causes. A qualified mental health professional, such as a psychologist, psychiatrist, or social worker, can provide a thorough assessment and accurate diagnosis. Find tips to help prepare for and get the most out of your visit. Traditional resources. Those are just resources. How psychosis treated. Studies have shown that it is common for a person to have psychotic symptoms for more than a year before receiving treatment. Reducing this duration of untreated psychosis is critical because early treatment often means better recovery. A qualified psychologist, psychiatrist, or social worker can make a diagnosis and help develop a treatment plan. Treatment of psychosis usually includes antipsychotic medication. There are several different types of antipsychotic medications, and they have different side effects. So it is important to work with a healthcare provider to determine the medication that is most effective with the fewest side effects. Treatment also includes other elements. There is substantial research support for coordinated specialty care, which is a multi-element, recovery-oriented team approach to treating psychosis that promotes easy access to care and shared decision-making among specialists, the person experiencing psychosis, and family members. People experience better outcomes for coordinated specialty care if they begin treatment as soon as possible after psychotic symptoms emerge. The recovery after an initial schizophrenia episode research project supported by whatever that organization is, established coordinated specialty care as an effective treatment for early psychosis and identified I feel like I'm done reading. Nope, there's more. People with psychosis should be involved in their treatment planning and consulted in making decisions about their care. Their needs and goals should drive the treatment programs, which will help them stay engaged throughout the recovery process. It's important to find a mental health professional who's trained in psychosis treatment who makes the person feel comfortable. With early diagnosis and appropriate treatment, it is possible to recover from psychosis. Some people who receive early treatment never have another psychotic episode. For other people, recovery means the ability to lead a fulfilling and productive life, even if psychotic symptoms sometimes return. NIMH supports a wide range of research. I'm on the NIMH.nih.gov website, because it's a government site and it's reliable. Anyways. Yeah, I believe the rest of I'm done. Wow. Well, that was quick. I did not expect that. I am not, with any video regarding medical care, I'm not a doctor. I do not provide prescriptions. And if you think you may have any of these symptoms, you should probably go see like a psychologist and stuff before making any major decisions. Also, make sure to take your meds. They're important.